contributor, LA Times contributor, and former House GOP Oversight Committee advisor, Kurt Bardella. All right, I've gotten done with your bio now. I don't know if we have any time for the segment. Axios reports the situation is really bad. This is quoting a White House advisor about the situation in Gaza. We're unable to get enough aid in by truck, so we need desperate measures like airdrops. I'm wondering if it's more that they need desperate measures to help show that they're doing something to help Gaza.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a direct correlation with this proposal getting leaked and what we saw in Michigan this week with, 100,000 some odd Democrat voters not voting for the president in an act of protest of what is going on with his Middle East policies. And so I think the president and the administration are really desperate to try to show some progress, some forward motion, some action to try to appease those people who, voted against him, or at least wouldn't write him in. And I think the big concern that they have is that was just Michigan. Like these constituencies are in every state. And as we go along in the calendar, they're going to keep expressing their displeasure. And so I think the president's just trying to come up with something to mollify them.
All right. So you think about these issues, right? And you've got the issue of Gaza. You've got the issue of the border now, which the progressive left views as a sacred cow, and suburban moms are now getting scared about crime because of the border. You've got the climate, and you've got student loans. How is he going to appease, as you point out, this constituency in every state, especially swing states, and still win suburban voters on those issues?
Yeah, you can't. They're in direct agenda opposition to one another, which is why I always think that it's a bad idea to try to, if you will, appease your detractors at the expense of your actual, political wheelhouse. And I think voters ultimately respond to decisiveness and strength. I mean, that's one thing about Donald Trump, why I think he has retained his popularity within the Republican Party, because this guy just doesn't show weakness. Even when he has at times perhaps a weak hand, he never projects that idea in any way. He doesn't back down. He doesn't compromise, for better or worse. I think that the president would be better served being the most powerful man in the world and not backing down, of making a decision and telling people who disagree with him, listen, I'm the president. It's either my way or go or test your luck with Donald Trump. But I'm not going to play the game of trying to appease every demographic, because it's impossible to do that.
Yeah, it's interesting, the calculation the White House is making, because they seem almost afraid of the progressive left, especially on the issue of Israel, that they keep trying to offer these olive branches and these sort of little, these very kind of minor photo ops, for lack of a better term, or offers of doing something to help Gaza that isn't going to help Gaza, when the correct answer is, hey, look, get rid of Hamas. The quicker we get rid of Hamas, the faster we can help the Palestinian people. That's not something they're willing to say. Of all the constituents you see, and you point out rightly that the uncommitteds in Michigan were largely the Arab American vote based off of the issue of Gaza. Of all of these issues, the border, Gaza, climate, student loans, which one is the most dangerous for the White House over the next 6 months?
Oh, it's the border. Because like you said, the demographic that matters the most to Democrats and to Biden winning in November is those suburban women, which is a demographic that right now the Republican Party is kind of playing with fire with the IVF stuff, the abortion stuff, the choice stuff.
Help me understand.
That same demographic cares about crime. They care about crime at the border. They care about worrying that their kid's going to get killed by an illegal immigrant, like this is what happened in Georgia. That's an issue that cuts through that.
In just a couple of sentences, why is a de facto open border such a sacred cow for the progressive left?
I think that they get wrapped up in the idea that, like they say, we're a nation of immigrants. We want to accept everyone, humanitarian relief. I think they get trapped in their own kind of moral righteousness and, if you will, goodness. But I think that's contrary to where most people in this country are. I think most people are just fed up with this issue, frankly. We've been talking about this issue for 2 decades now, man. They just want something done. And it seems very common sense that, we close the border and secure it.
We played a clip from 20 years ago having the exact same conversation that we're all having right now. So there you go. Kurt, thank you very much. We appreciate it.